There he is. There's the champ. There's the champ. All right, we were waiting for your limo to arrive, sir. We didn't want to start the show without our champion, you know. Although after this Saturday, after Afternoon of Champions, we are going to have a new champion, and it's going to be yours truly, my man. No official affiliation with Truly Seltzer, although we are totally open for any and all money if you want to throw it our way. We'll definitely name drop. We'll eat/drink your product. We'll gurgle it. We'll blend it. We'll smoothie it. Whatever you do, we'll ingest. Booch has eaten cars before. If you want to give us cars, we'll eat them. Actually, Booch can eat the cars. I'll drive the cars. Dez, you cool with that plan too? M&M's? Yes, you cool with M&M? Mars USA, let's do it. In it to win it. Let's bring it. Give me all the sugar, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Sugar! Dun, 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 dun. Let's get to it. Afternoon of Champions coming at us this Saturday. Although Booch informed me that America allegedly isn't the only country with time zones. Desmond, get this. It's going to be nighttime in Saudi Arabia. Where this is being held. That blew my mind, first of all, because, like, Team America, I'm like, whoa, other time zones? That's weird. Like, what are you, Australia? No. But this is starting later in the day. This will be posted, ladies and germs, way before the start of this event. So don't worry, we got you covered. So we're going to get straight to it with the final match in the tournament for the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship. Desmond, you are the champion, sir, so I will defer to you. Would you prefer to pick first, or would you prefer to punt and give it to Booch or yours truly?
Oh, I'm taking this one. This one's easy. So easy. There's no way in hell AJ Styles is leaving SmackDown. This is going to Seth Rollins.
Booch, you look like you have something to say, man. Your head's spinning right now, dude.
I have been waiting to talk about this. Chomping at the bit, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I'll get my pick out of the way so it doesn't get lost in the sauce. Seth Rollins is winning this match. Fact. But the thing that has been making my skin crawl, or as a famous TV animated person would say, what really grinds my gears, is the fact that this title even exists. Because here's the thing that has been bugging me, is the fact that we have Roman Reigns as your undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Everybody's pissed that he's sitting at home or whatever. He's got a limited schedule. So instead of the boss using his grapefruit, because we know Vince is back in power, and saying, hey, champ, why don't you work some more dates? Or taking the belt off of him, which they should have done at WrestleMania, and nothing has happened over the last month to justify why he still has it. We instead decide to create a consolation prize. They're basically creating a paper championship for people to fight over. It's for goddamn ridiculous. And it's so goddamn ridiculous they had to bring SmackDown people in, which basically proves the draft was a waste of time, not only because you had to bring in SmackDown people for a belt that's exclusive to Raw, but on top of that, you got people who basically are free agents, except your undisputed champion is not a free agent. But a jobber like Mustafa Ali, a misused talent like Dolph Ziggler, an NXT call-up and Von Wagner, an overrated giant like Omos, they can just bounce around wherever they want to go, but the undisputed champion has to stay on one brand. So Seth Rollins is going to win, but he's basically winning a paper championship.
To me, yeah, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins also, and only because of the reason that they're not going to have two champions on SmackDown. It doesn't make sense.
If a SmackDown SmackDown superstar had won this championship, he would be immediately taken to SmackDown, to Raw.
And this is
but hold on. But see, then why even do the draft? Like, why even do it?
But here's the thing: they would only in this inaugural tournament are SmackDown superstars eligible to win this title. Normally, it's not a thing.
Yeah, but the thing
is, only because of the fact that they needed to get ratings up after the draft. Also during, I believe there was a big basketball season
NBA playoffs,
where they
yeah.
needed to get ratings. They had the playoffs, so they needed the ratings up, so they made it about the championship.
But it's about integrity. Like, if you're going to make this an inaugural, like, this is a brand new belt. This is like, think about this. If 30, 40 years from now, this night will be remembered as the first ever match for this belt. Like, this is a big deal. It's a big deal. And I don't think any of us can really truly recognize that at this point in time, because it kind of does seem like a consolation prize, if I'm being honest. And
I mean, I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, I like the fact that this belt looks a lot like the old Big Gold. It is the World Heavyweight Championship. It's just literally updated for today. And I firmly believe that the reason neither Cody Rhodes nor Edge are in the finals here is because they are still being looked at as people to re-challenge Roman Reigns. I think there are two people who we are currently seriously looking at as a chance of winning the Money in the Bank: Cody Rhodes and LA Knight. I think if Cody Rhodes wins, it would be a great way for him to get a fair one-on-one shot with Roman after the bloodline fully dissolves.
yeah, and that's a totally legit angle to pursue, because even doubters like myself, and I know I've been called a moron and an idiot, and I'm okay. I'll die on that hill. Like, I still think it's too soon, and whatever. Like, I think, if anything, give Finn Balor an opportunity before you give it to Cody Rhodes. He was the first champion before it was Roman. Like, he got sidelined because of an injury. Like, let's be honest about it. If we really want to go chronologically here, that's the truth of it. But
what has Finn Balor done for us lately?
But he's part of a faction that's building other tag teams up. Like, that's what they're doing with him.
Let's be real here. Damian Priest is doing phenomenally. But Finn Balor, his record is not anywhere near as good.
Yeah.
But that's not his fault. It's the way it's written.
Well, here's the thing.
You know what I mean?
Okay, you have to get rid of that part there. Yes, it's the way it's written. But if you're going to have a pre-written show with pre-written winners and losers, then there has to be a long-term build. If you're losing repetitively, you do not get a world championship match.
Yeah, and not.
But nobody's. Okay, sorry, Booch. Go ahead, you sir.
Not
go
to
ahead.
say, and that's the point I'm trying to make. But the thing is, this should be Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor at Night of Champions, because that's the thing. And because again, and it does. Here's the question I want to ask you, and I'm being serious here. Did they mention at all? Because I have not seen this written. I have not seen a video. I have not seen anything. Have they specified specifically that if AJ wins, he's going to Raw? Because they have not mentioned that, from what I've seen.
They have made it very clear that the title is exclusive to Raw, period. And therefore, the champion would have to be going to Raw.
Okay. Okay, then I think Triple H needs to put a little more detail on that, but that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, you have not specified that.
He could have explained it better. He could have explained it better.
Yeah.
But the way he made it clear that the title is very much exclusive to Raw, that made it clear to me and many others that if a SmackDown person won it, that they were going to Raw.
Okay. But
but see, and I get that. Like, I get that. But can we just talk for 1 minute why that's all wrong? Exactly why Vinny, the Wrestling Encyclopedia Bucci, pointed out. Like, why even do it? Why do the hullabaloo of a draft and tease it and do the whole thing? Like, it's gosh darn ridiculous. It really is, Booch. I agree with you. Like, it's one of those things that, like, okay, if you're gonna.
Yeah,
but I don't. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about ratings. I don't care about AEW. I don't want NFL draft. Like, none of that.
They have to care about ratings.
You know what? You know what? That's why I don't watch SmackDown, for reasons like that. For the exact same crappy reasons of booking. We got to move on. But all of us have Seth down the line there. So there it is.
Yeah.
Match number 2. This is kind of a heavy hitter to hit number 2, but let's do it, baby. Cody Rhodes taking on Brock Lesnar. Gosh darn, like, if Cody Rhodes isn't, like, able to move his left arm, I won't be shocked. Like, he was absolutely destroyed Monday night, both backstage and in the ring. Guys, your take on this? You're the champ. Do you want to pick first or defer?
I'm going to defer on this one.
Who would you like to defer to?
I want to hear Vinny's take.
Okay. This one, I've been going back and forth with this because with Cody with the injured arm, it looks like they're trying to build him up again because he needs the adversity. I won't get into that. But, so on the one hand, I can see why they're doing that. But I've been hearing rumors, again, that they want this to be a 3-match program. That there's talk of Cody having the rubber match with Brock at SummerSlam, which I'm against. I would rather see Cody win Money in the Bank and then catch it in at SummerSlam. But I don't know where they're going to go with it. So I'm the challenger. I don't have a lot to lose on this one. So since Cody won before, I'm going to roll the dice. And I'm going to say Brock wins this, and they do the rubber match at SummerSlam, and Cody wins that, and I'm just going to go that route. But this is one of the rare moments where if I'm wrong, I want to be. But I'm going to go with Brock, just to be safe.
Yeah, totally, right? Desmond, if it's cool with you, I'd like to give my prediction, sir.
Have at it.
Cool. I totally agree with you, Booch. Like, there's no reason why Cody Rhodes should win this match. The way they built it up, they've given him a reason to lose, a legitimate reason. Like, he should legit have a broken left something, hand, arm, whatever you want to call it. It was hand backstage, it was arm in the ring. I don't know. It gives it credence. So, like you, I am also going to choose Rock Bay Esnerley. Now to defer to the champion.
All right, well, I've been back and forth on this one as well. For different reasons. I've heard different rumors. One of which is that Bray Wyatt is slated to have a rivalry with Cody Rhodes. And the question is whether or not after Night of Champions, Bray is ready to return. If Bray is ready to return, then he has a rivalry with Cody Rhodes, and then that's what they're planning for Cody for SummerSlam. And if he's not ready to return, then they are having Brock Lesnar versus Cody 3.
Okay. Weird.
So that is their backup plan, is Brock Lesnar and Cody.
Okay.
That's such a weird flow chart.
Here's the deal. Either way, whether he needs to have a match with Bray Wyatt or he needs to have a match with Brock Lesnar, for it to be a proper setup for a third match, a proper setup for Bray Wyatt, he has to lose this match. Either Bray Wyatt returns tonight or tomorrow, and it interferes to make him lose to Brock, or Brock beats him because of his injury, and he has a match then. And some way or another, to set up the next storyline, Cody Rhodes has to lose. So that's my guess. I'm going to agree with y'all. Brock Lesnar wins this match.
And just to reiterate, folks are probably asking, I'm kind of getting some preemptive questions here. Wenz, what happens if you all agree on nearly every match and the champion, agrees with Bucci and the Wenz? Like, what happens, guys? Well, Booch, I'd like you to refer. I know you have the Wenz mobile app that's just dropped. We're still in the dev stages, but we have the demo stages complete. If you'll refer to the rule book, appendices E, chapter 4, sub appendices 9, paragraph 5.
Well,
right there. What happens when there's a tie?
Well, it depends on how the tie goes. If it's a 3-way tie, all of us have the exact same number, the champ would retain on that one. However, if there's a tie where it's like me and Dez and you're in last, or you and Dez and I'm last, or the two of us and Dez is last, that we haven't really figured out. Now, I know last time we had an idea to kind of rectify that, but maybe this go around I could find something to do. But we haven't really figured that out. That's why we were trying to. That's why we threw in that idea for the Bloodline Usos match where I had Solo beating Riddle. Pinning Riddle. Which means had Desmond and I tied, that belt would be with me right now. But since we didn't tie, he kept it.
Because I only got one wrong that entire
One wrong. He had one wrong answer, and it was that match. He scored perfect on everything else.
That's a tough day, right?
Yeah. So if we have a two-way, if we have a tie with two people, we got to figure something out. I don't know what we would do.
If the champion is part of the tie, then he keeps the title.
Okay.
I think that's
easy way of putting it.
That makes
If the champion
sense.
is not, then we have to have a tiebreaker between the two other people.
All right, we'll figure that out.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. Because, like, how can you lose your belt if you're not part of the match? That makes sense.
Well,
That makes sense. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so we have more to add to all of the indexes that I said earlier. I can't repeat them because I don't remember them. But we got to move forward here. This match has really been weighing on me, guys. I got to be honest with you, because on one hand, you could really add more gold to Roman Reigns. On the other hand, you could disassemble the Bloodline. There's a number of ways they could go here. And listen, this is a pay-per-view where they could do some really quirky things and get away with it because it's off American soil. Like, it's one of those things, like, it could happen there. What happens in Saudi Arabia stays in Saudi Arabia kind of thing. I have thought about this already in pre-show research, and I got to be honest with you guys. I got to go with the incumbents. I'm going to go with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to retain and further propelling the dismemberment of the Bloodline. Your takes, gentlemen.
KO Zania is not losing the belt right now. I love the way that Sammy put it, actually. Sammy said, Roman and Sikoa, as a tag team, are not as good as the Usos. And they're sure as hell not as good as KO Zania.
well, first of all, I have my own slogan. Whatever happens in Saudi Arabia, if I see it, I'm fucking telling everybody. But also, that being said,
Bucci is a snitch.
Hey, the rule is don't rat on your friends. It doesn't say don't rat, period. So, that's the rule. So anyway.
Oh, really? You rat on the Mafia, you end up sleeping with the fishies. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the Mafia is kind of your friend and family and all that. They fall in that category. That's what I mean. So, it's never rat on your friends. So, anyway, the thing is, the other thing I want to say is, obviously, I mean, KO and Sammy are going to win. This is the only thing going to let Roman sit at home with tag belts. That would be weird. Second of all, here's the thing that's bugging me, though. Is this another example of WWE not following their own logic? Because this, ladies and gentlemen, is Night of Champions. The rule of Night of Champions is every title is supposed to be defended. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, Booch, Roman's already in a match. Well, don't forget, and here's the encyclopedia. Let's see, go all the way back to 2015. Seth Rollins, as a WWE and United States champion, defended both titles on both nights. U.S. title against John Cena, WWE title against Sting. So, Roman, I believe, has a title open. Now, some people are thinking, well, who could he go in the ring with? Well, here's what they should have done. You take 4 of the guys that were in the SmackDown version of the World Title Tournament. You have Bobby Lashley, you got Sheamus, you got Rey Mysterio, you got Edge. You put him in a fatal 4-way on SmackDown, winner faces Roman for the title. Now, you notice there was a 5th guy, Austin Aries. I put him to the side. Why? He's the U.S. title. Defending his title against Sheamus on SmackDown. I'm sorry, Night of Champions is the next day, and we're having a title match on free TV the night before a pay-per-view where every title is supposed to be defended. Seriously, is the CR old man in charge, or is Triple H finally gone crackers?
Hey, wait, hold on. But isn't it it's about ratings, right, Boots? It's all about ratings. You need the ratings, right?
Pay-per-views don't apply to ratings.
Look, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you that the U.S. Championship match should be on Night of Champions. There are a couple of non-title matches at Night of Champions that should not be there, that championship matches should be able to play so.
Exactly.
I will agree with you. But at no point have they said at this Night of Champions that every title was going to be on the line. It has not been said. Not one time.
Okay, true. But back to what you were saying before about AJ going to Raw. That Night of Champions has always been every title on the line, so it should be self-explanatory, like AJ going to Raw.
I mean, I see kind of what you're getting at,
Okay.
but I feel like as long as most of the matches are championship matches, I can let go with a lot of stuff. Now, like I said, the U.S. Championship being defended like before Night of Champions is fucking stupid. I agree with you.
Okay. All right. We can at least meet in the middle there. But
I'm glad that we can all breathe now, right? I mean, I feel like we can all breathe and realize that there is some logic in the room. So far, am I correct in assuming that we have a 3-way tie so far for first place?
pretty much, I mean,
Yeah, ain't nothing changing. We agree.
Noting accordingly, and moving down to our next match, which is the singles match for the Intercontinental Championship, which I gotta say, guys, Gunther has brought a lot of prestige, and I think that's the proper word to this. And he's had some help, right? He's got a little faction behind him, doing him good. But truth be told, he's lost a ton of weight. He's abided. He's towed the company line, and he's doing exactly what H wants him to do. And for that reason, he's going to retain the Intercontinental Championship, and that's the Wenz's hot take of the day. Although it is Saudi Arabia, and Mustafa Ali is due. He's so due. Like they say in MLB The Show, when the right guy comes up to bat, he's so due, and you just know he's going to rip one oppo and get a double or triple. You know, like, I feel like this could be the swerve of the century, but I'm going to err on the side of caution and stick with the current Intercontinental Champion, Gunther. What say you, champ?
This one, I feel like building up Ali right now is phenomenal. I love it. I love his gimmick. I love the sudden way he dropped back for a moment and said, "I don't feel good about this match." All of a sudden, there's no positive Ali for just a moment because he's fucking terrified of this match. I love it. Gunther has been a great champion, and I have a hard time betting against him, but I am going to take a risk. I'm going to take a chance. And if this is the reason I pass this belt off, I will live with that. I'm going to go with Mustafa Ali.
I freaking love it. Booch, I think you're going to go with Ali too, right? Booch, you're going to go with Ali too, right? Follow that logic. That's good logic, Booch.
no, here's the thing. It's ballsy. I'll give Dez credit. It is ballsy. I'm ballsy, but I'm not that fucking ballsy. Because I'm looking at Mustafa Ali and going, are you fucking kidding me? Out of all the people that could challenge for this title, they're giving it to him? Seriously? Like, I see, there's going to come a day when Gunther's going to drop this title. I don't see it happening at Night of Champions. And that's going to be the reason Twitter doesn't let me post it. But anyway, it's going to be great. But I'm telling you, I think Gunther's going to win because I feel like this title reign still has a lot of life left in it, and I feel like he's got more challenges up ahead. There's a lot of people I can see dethroning him. Ali is not one of them. If it happens, it's going to be the shock of the century, and Dez will definitely get the props from me.
It would definitely be a sport.
Oh yeah, I will definitely sing Dez's praises on the show if Ali does win, because it's a very good choice. But I'm going with the ring on this one.
You're going with the safe option. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Yeah. Booch rarely risks it. He wouldn't even ask the drive-through attendant what their pick was for the last pay-per-view, as you recall. I didn't want to ask. I was scared. Come on, Booch. Next time. All right, from now on, I think it should be at least twice a year, you have to be in a drive-through somewhere. Maybe the same one where we try to get that same person. Maybe they could be like a recurring guest on the show. We'll like, I don't know, it'd be fun. So okay, Dez, you're walking alone, man. I love that. That's.
I had to break the norm somewhere. We couldn't guess the same the whole way through.
Although that would have been a very cerebral attack, like a cerebral assassin kind of attack right there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I am perfectly okay with giving up the belt. Because if I get something wrong, but it was one of those deals where I love all. I've heard they've got big things planned for them. I haven't heard specifically what those things are, but this right here, the way they've been building it, I would enjoy the hell out of it. It would be a hell of a spoiler, so I'm going to take a chance. That's it.
Yeah, and another belt might be lost here to actually tomorrow or today, depending on when this gets posted. Saturday, afternoon America time, okay? Evening somewhere else. Bianca Belair, our current champion for the red brand, is taking on Asuka. I picked the last few first. Bucci, we've kind of shunned you, and rightfully so, right? You wouldn't even, like I said, ask somebody their opinion in a drive-through line. But I feel bad about that. I kind of feel bad for shaming you three times now consecutively over that one event. 4 times. So what's your take on Bianca versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship, sir?
Can we just take a second to acknowledge the Raw Women's title is being defended, and both the girls are on SmackDown? Can we just take a minute on how funny and hilarious that is?
I would 100% agree with you.
I didn't even realize that until you said
They never did a title swap. Rhea's just walking around with the SmackDown title on Raw with a straight face. Bianca's walking around with the Raw Women's title with a straight face. They're acting like nothing's weird.
They really need to rebrand the SmackDown Women's Raw titles. You need to have the Women's World Championship and the Women's WWE Championship. That way it doesn't fucking matter what brand they're
I'm just saying it's hilarious to me. But here's the thing. I rolled the dice with this match once before. And to be brutally honest, I feel like doing it again. Because Bianca has already become the longest reigning women's champion. So she's already passed the record. So I don't think she needs to hold it anymore. I mean, the title reign should ended a long time ago. But now that they've acknowledged on TV that she's the longest reigning champion, I think this time she's going to do the honors. So once again, I'm rolling the dice. I'm going with Japanese gibberish. I think Asuka's going to take it.
Excellent. Champ, what say you?
The build for Asuka has been too big. Her taking a second loss back-to-back to Bianca just doesn't feel right. I'm agreeing with Vinny on this one. I don't feel like this is rolling the dice. I think Asuka is going to win, and I don't think that's a risk.
Yeah, and again, this is one of those matches where it's not happening here, so it makes sense. It could be, right? This could be the match. And on one hand, guys, I want to kind of go opposite of you, because if I'm right, this is a point in my column, which I desperately need. I've been on a very cold streak recently.
In all fairness, I just kind of took over.
Yeah, well, we don't have time for that story. But I can't do it. Like, it doesn't make sense. I think everything is kind of going to the side of Asuka winning. She's been kind of buried the last few matches. You can't continue to lose these big matches if you're her, right? We talked about that the last time we were together. So I, too, am going to go with Asuka. So all three of us align. So far, the only match we disagree on was the one we talked about earlier between Gunther and Mustafa Ali for the IC. The next one, match number 6 of the evening over there, is Rhea Ripley taking on Natalya. Look, the only reason we're having this match is because Natalya came to the aid of Dana Brooke one night. That's it. This is a cash grab. This is for that, what you called earlier, ratings, right? That's it. This is, like, it doesn't make sense. There's no build. If it is a Night of Champions, I at least want to see more of a story than this. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. For that reason, Booch, if you don't mind, I'd like you to go second after Demascus Dez.
like you said, there's no build. I legitimately missed the fact that this match was even happening. Yeah, Rhea's not losing with no build. That's just not going to happen. Rhea's taking this title, keeping it.
Yeah, she's taking the title back home with her. And yeah, Rhea's winning this match. There's no doubt. Natalya, I like her, but not happening. Rhea's winning.
Yeah, and you kind of wish that there was more to this story. I mean, guys, I think it was maybe 2-3 months ago I asked a question here in Wenz World, and I said, is it possible that we'll see one last title reign for Natalya? One last, opportunity, because she deserves it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
She deserves it. Doesn't mean she's going to get it. There are a lot of deserving people in the locker room
Dolph
that don't
Ziggler.
ever have a chance. Oh, I think he's come to grips with that. His treasure's not here. But
everybody knows he's going to steal that show.
I mean, listen, when his music drops, everybody gets up. It's just something you do. You know what I mean? Kind of like with Shinsuke. Not a fan of his style, but I love his music. I'd get up and be,
He's got a great entrance.
So there it is, match 6. All three of us agree on Rhea. This next one, is a little tricky. Because this one could be a build towards more matches, right? So we talked about that early with Cody and Brock. This one on the Oppo side with Becky and Trish. Trish Stratus, man, in still phenomenal shape. Doing fun things, causing dissension in the back. I love it. That's how you bring back one of the Golden Age ones. And for that reason, I got to roll the dice here. Becky does not get buried with a loss. The man will stand back up. I'm going to go with Trish Stratus to win this singles match. There's no championship on the line. There's no champion involved. It makes sense. She'll be fine. They'll have more matches, and that'll be even more fun. Let's go. What say you? Go ahead. Whoever wants to go. I don't care.
Well, this is going to be a tough one to call. First of all, this is a match that should be happening at SummerSlam. They should not be doing this now. But it's happening whether we like it or not. I have a feeling this is a match that's going to end at SummerSlam because it's too big a rivalry. Unless they want to go the route that Dez suggested before, where Lita and Trish finish off at SummerSlam, but now we're thinking Lita might not even be coming back. So, this is so hard. It's so tough. I'm gonna have to really let me see. I'm gonna take another risk here. I feel like it because I do feel like there's gonna be more to this, and I don't think this is a one-off. Like we said, Trish was in the draft. They drafted her to Raw. You don't put a part-timer in the draft unless they're sticking around for at least a good while. This is a one-off. She wouldn't even be in it.
Insight.
So I'm gonna go with Trish to win this one, and then Becky takes it later. She wins in the final battle. So I say Trish wins first, and then in the long run, Becky takes it later.
Desmond, you're chomping. Go ahead, brother.
It's weird to think that the legend taking this win is taking the risk, but it is. But this one is just so tough to call. I do believe that this rivalry has to go to SummerSlam. It has to. You don't end a Legends rivalry at Night of Champions without a championship on the line.
Yeah.
You use this as a middle of a feud. So I think we're just going to have to agree once again. All three of us are going to have to go with the same one. This is Trish Stratus is taking this one.
All right, so gentlemen, as I look through the summary of our predictions, there's one match that we disagree on, and that's the Intercontinental Championship match. So, Desmond, if you're wrong, it comes down to me and Bucci, right, for the championship.
So what it's going to be? So the only way that this ties out, the only way this becomes a tie, is if I lose. What is y'all's tiebreaker?
That's what we got to determine, Bucci.
Okay. All right. Is there a big?
Hey, Wenz. Do you have 2K23?
What, WWE?
Yeah.
No. I only two games I play are Madden and MLB The Show.
Hey, well, Vinny hasn't played it yet. And I pay for an online subscription. How about you all have a one-on-one match?
Well, I don't have the game, so I don't know how that would work.
Fucking pick it up. It's a good game.
Okay.
We got to do the predictions for the match. So, Booch, go ahead.
Okay.
Go back to the rule book that you pulled up earlier, and go back there and cite what happens now in this.
Okay. Well, if it's you and me, if it's down to you and me, there has to be some kind of tiebreaker between us. So I say I have to look at some of these matches and try to figure out. So I think since there's one that has some predictability, I think my tiebreaker is going to be this: when Sammy and Kevin win the match, Solo eats the pin. I'm going to say Solo eats the pin. And
oh, hot take, Booch. Real hot take, Booch. That's a real insightful take for an encyclopedia. What are you from 1987?
I wasn't finished yet.
I think that's too predictable. That is too predictable.
Well,
Thank you, Dez.
I wasn't done
Thank
yet.
you.
I said Solo eats the pin, and Kevin's the one who pins it.
Man, okay.
It could be Sammy.
So
We don't
the
know.
clock will... Hey, Desmond. Here's my prediction. The clock will be right twice today. Do I win? Every hour,
Okay.
by the way.
Do you have a better tiebreaker?
I mean, come on.
Do you have a better one? If you have a better one, please.
Yeah. Anything
I got
but
it.
that. Anything but that is a better tiebreaker. Like, that's the worst possible one. Desmond, go ahead.
If Cody Rhodes uses a cast as a weapon, Wenz wins.
I don't even like that. That's too predictable too.
Yeah, well, you know what? If he's gonna be predictable, then you can do the same.
You know what though? I think it should be something that isn't a match that like is different than that. Let's go through here. So the first match we talked about was Seth versus AJ. Any hot takes for that one?
Seth and AJ. I don't have anything for that.
That's what I'm saying.
So okay, Booch.
I'm just saying. We're looking at all these
here
matches.
it
There's
is.
a hard to find hot takes. What do you got?
Not really. Here's one.
How about this?
Over
How many
under.
Superman punches are gonna get thrown?
That's what I'm saying. Like over under three curb stomps on AJ Styles by Seth freaking Rollins. Something like that. You know, something like that. And it doesn't have to be that match, but we could talk about how many F5s does Cody take, or you know, any I don't know, whatever you want to do.
All right.
Over under 10 German suplexes.
Oh, with Brock and Cody?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the under on that.
Really?
Under 10?
Okay.
10
Under
for the whole
10.
match? Yes.
Well, remember, John Cena took 16, so.
Yeah, that was an exceptional evening.
Yeah.
If I recall, he only took like 5 or 6 in the last match, if that many. So I don't expect that many more. Or they might overdo it. They might do it with that. I'll take under 10. Booch, you want to die on that hill, or do you want to choose a different hill to die on?
Under 10. Okay.
So you gonna take the over?
Fuck it. Let's take the over.
All right, there it is.
There we go.
All right, so that's our determinant, Booch. It's looking pretty spry for you, my guy. You could be our champion heading into the new week next week, guys. I think we should do a show next week to recap Afternoon of Champions. We may listen. It could be our incumbent champion, Desmond. It really just comes down to that one Intercontinental Championship match. Other than that, we're all riding that same ship.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I took a risk.
It was a good risk, though. It was a good one because it's in Saudi Arabia. It could happen. You never know.
And like I said, there are rumors that they're trying to build. Mustafa Ali up. I don't know how they're planning on doing it, but there are rumors that that's what they're doing.
Well, the way to do it, you know, this is some side action. This was not a planned conversation, guys. The way to do it is against a heel. Although he's been a heel as of late, the way to do it is to kind of return to that baby face that Mustafa people have kind of grown to like more and more.
And
I have.
I think Mustafa has been a face here recently.
Well,
With
against
and
sure.
I think that him going against Gunther further cements his face.
Right.
run.
Yeah.
Right. Before that, though, if you recall, when he was doing
Oh, yeah.
promos, he was pretty crass and
He was
You
very
know.
much a heel with the retribution shit going on. Then he was kind of a tweener when he was working with.
tweener.
He was kind of a tweener when he was working with Mansoor,
Mm.
and now he's definitely going full face again.
There it is. Booch, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be exciting. You guys, anything you wanna plug? You guys going to be on Twitch doing your thing?
Well, I'm not going to be on Twitch. The next Twitch is going to be SummerSlam. That's the next time we're going to be live on Twitch. But yeah, just follow the Boochcast on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio.
There it is. Dez, anything you got going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody and everybody. There is a petition out there somewhere. Make Mustafa Ali champion so that I can win.
What a selfless, total selfless promotion there from our current champion, Demascus Dez. A few things, ladies and gentlemen, that we'll never, ever forget to do here in the world of Wenz, one of which is say, have a nice day.
Bang, bang.
And maybe for the last time, the champ is here.